Hello! In this video, we will look at how to create input forms and reports in the Spreadym system. Go to the Spreadym tab and click the Create Table button. The Table Creation wizard opens. At the top, we set the name of the new table. On the right, we see all the dimensions we previously set up on the MD sheet. The approach is reminiscent of Excel pivot tables. We need to determine what we will place in the areas of rows, columns, and filters. In our case, we'll add region and product to the rows area. In the columns area, periods. And in the filters, accounts, versions, and scenarios. Also, on the right side, we have an attributes area that we set for each dimension. We can reference various attributes on the form, but only those whose base dimensions are present in this area. Let's add the periods attribute, which will show whether the current period is actual or planned. We set up the formula for automatic calculation of this attribute in the previous video. For accounts, we'll select the subset accounts revenue, so that only sales accounts are displayed in this table. Of course, later when working with the table, we can change all these settings as needed. Click the Create button. We get the generated table. It also appears in the left panel under the Tables section and is always available to all users with the appropriate rights. This means we can delete this sheet now and reload it again. To do this, find the table in the left panel, right-click on it, and choose the desired option. For example, Create New Sheet with Formulas. Let's look at the resulting table. By default, consolidating cells are gray, and cells available for input are white. We enter data and click the Submit and Recalc Sheet button, and all consolidating elements are automatically recalculated. It's important to note that if the automatic sending option is not selected, data is sent to the server only when you click the Submit and Recalc Sheet button. Therefore, to minimize the risk of data not being sent, it's better to click it more frequently. Now let's configure this table for convenient data entry. For this, in the region dimension, I open the subset editor. Here, I can choose either an existing subset on the MD sheet or manually select elements. I need only lower-level elements, without hierarchical elements. This can be done using the button to display only level 0 elements. Save the resulting subset. Now this subset can be used for other tables and views. I do the same for the elements of the product dimension. Now we enter data into the table in a way that's convenient for us. I would like to save this view. Click the Save View button and specify a name. After that, this view will be available for selection in the left panel. Now, I no longer need the input table, so I delete it. I would like to reload the initial view of the table but modify it slightly. For example, I'll move region from rows to filters. To do this, I click the Modify Table button and drag the region dimension to the filters area. Now by switching filters, I can access the data I'm interested in for different regions. Also, I want this view to open by default. I click the familiar Save View button, but now check the Save as Default option. Now the table will load in this format by default. We are concluding this video. In the next video, we'll explore how easily you can change the structure of existing input forms and reports when updating reference data.